これは失礼。ようこそ後宮グループへ。妻寺かすみさん。
Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Umineko, When They Cry. Now, really quick, I do wanna, just like how Okonogi is apologizing, I do wanna apologize for the last part. I know I apologized last part as well, but I'm gonna apologize now as well uh, about how I had to run an errand for about 30 minutes. Hopefully I've remembered to put the timestamp and put a pinned comment where I where I showed the timestamp that I'm off, I'm gone. But yeah, I'm sorry. Obviously, try not to let that happen. But that's how it is sometimes. You know what I mean? When I be recording, some of these videos are like become 2 hours long. If you get what I'm saying. So hefty long videos, and yeah. Sometimes things that unexpectedly happen. So I'm sorry, but we're back. And another thing I do have to say is that, I mean, this doesn't affect you guys at all, but I put medicine in my ears, so while they're closed off a bit, I've raised the volume on my end. So don't worry, you guys are fine. You guys are the same as always. But I've raised the volume on my end so that I can hear better. That's just a me thing. But you guys will be the same as always, and yeah, should be good. Just wanted to let you know about those things, and then let's get into it. So last time, even regarding the 30 minute pause, we still made some progress. We saw a little more of Maria and not Maria and Angie. Well, also Maria and Angie as well, but we saw Maria and Sakutaro hanging out at about, going to the convenience store and stuff, and then Angie was told that even if she closes the book, she'll be able to see Maria, and so she tried doing that, but then some girls bothered her, so she had to run off. And then we jump over to her talking to this Okonogi guy. Well, we finished that chapter, and then we were talking to this Okonogi guy, and then he went on a rant for, where he and Angie were arguing back and forth, talking back and forth about, well, Eva's the culprit and Eva's not the culprit. I choose to believe Eva because there's no evidence, but I, choose to not believe Eva because I hate Eva, etc. And then Okonogi brought the whole that you cannot see the truth without love, right? To be able to see the truth, you need to have love. Still don't really know what that means. It feels a bit vague for me, but there's that. And then, he told Angie to escape because her family, her Kiria side of the family, that, obviously want to use her for money, are coming after her. So he told her to escape or to run off. And since she's a clever girl, I feel Okonogi is confident that she'll be able to escape, and so am I. I think Angie will escape. I don't think Sumadera family. I don't think Kasumi is gonna get her, and I think she'll be good. Yeah. Let's continue. Let's actually read up on Kasumi now that she has a character file. I think we might as well, right? So okay, we can also read up on oh, it says Angie's side, so that's its own thing. Okay. Alright, so let's read up on Kasumi first. Sumadera Kasumi, daughter of the declining noble family Sumadera, Ishirome Kiria's younger sister. Yeah. She hates her sister Kiria so much that she loathes everything about her, so she strongly hates Angie. So it's just the same way how the same way how Eva also hates Angie. So dude, I feel bad for Angie, straight up. All of her aunts just hate her. She, her direct parents love her, right? I mean, Rudolph, as far as I'm aware, Rudolph was nice to her. I mean, he even came back from work. He was so busy just to celebrate her birthday, you know what I mean? And we all know how much Rudolph cares about his work. So he clearly cares about Angie, his daughter, and Kitty as well. I had good impressions of them. Her aunts, Eva, and Kasumi, yeah, they just hate her. They all just hate her. For things she can't even control. She's done nothing wrong, but they just hate her because of family affairs, right? It's tough. It's tough being an Angie. It's tough being Angie. Alright, so Kasumi. also strongly hates energy. She is the opposite of the freewheeling person Kirie was, and holds appearances in high regard, possessing a strong ambition for philanthropy. However, that is nothing more than a manifestation of her complex towards her sister, causing her to crave the limelight. Right. Right, okay. There are several opposing factions in the Sumadera family, and they are constantly engaged in a secret feud over who will control the vast wealth Angie holds. Oh, so they're okay. So they're not all this one family that support each other. There actually are opposing factions, and then they're all battling for Angie's funds. Okay, and then Angie herself. This is new here. So this is the Angie side. So this is different from Angie human side. Let's see. If you look at Angie, oh, she doesn't even exist here. Not too bad, because she's not one of the 18 people on the island. So we have her witch side here. But then we have the Angie in the Angie side, Ishima Angie. Threw herself off the top of a skyscraper and miraculously survived unharmed. Her mystical experience led her to abandon everything and go on a personal journey to discover her past. Will she, positioned 12 years in the future, be able to break through Beatrice's magical power? Question mark? She survived unharmed. Okay, yeah, and then... Okay, now she's going on a journey. Alright, so Eva's dead after being repeatedly hospitalized from psychogenic stress. She is already dead in the world of 1998 due to acute heart failure. So now they're finally telling us what she actually died of. Acute heart failure as a result of stress, essentially psychogenic stress. I mean, yeah, makes sense. 12 years of being super wealthy, the media hating you, everyone being sus of you, everyone criticizing you, caused a lot of stress. She had to watch out for assassins and stuff like that. That's a lot of stress. So her heart just after 12 years just went, I'm failing now. I'm done taking care of you. All right. The only survivor from Rokkenjima, she lived her late years in isolation with no one to understand her. The media gave her the name Queen of Suspicion. She continued on a path of reckless expansion like Kinzo had done in the past and made many enemies. In her later years, she seemed to do this repeatedly as if she found it funny. And at that point, it was no longer for economic reasons, but simply to harass. Okay. So yeah, she just became psychotic in her later years. She was crazy ever since she murdered me, but she just straight up turned psychotic eventually. All right, and all this was for the sake of Angie, who would eventually succeed her. Right. And now we have Okonogi Tatsuro, a major player in the Ishinomiya group. After Eva's death and until Angie succeeds the group, he and the other ministers are the ones managing it. However, since Angie has no desire to do so, the group is on the brink of internal discord, putting him in a difficult position as well. He was previously the president of a foodstuff distribution company and had a very close relationship with Hideyoshi's company. Because of that long-lasting association, Eva particularly distrusted him, and he was appointed to a significant post in the group. Okay, we've read up on everybody. Yep, we've read up on everybody. Human side, we've read up on everybody. Okay, cool. Now we can keep going. Alright. With his secretary behind him, Okonogi dashingly appeared from the elevator. Even though both of them wore bold smiles, they were caught in a tension reminiscent of the smell of gunpowder.
姉さんのかわいい姪を迎えに来たのよ私は。
Don't call her darling daughter, you hate her!
後ろ宮グループでは時間厳守がモットーでしてな。時間を守れない人間は契約も守れないってのが先代会長のお言葉でして。
東京まで呼びつけてなんてざまなの？
So Kasumi, similar to Virgilia, has closed eyes, and yeah, I really don't trust it. I mean, Virgilia did enough for me, so Kasumi, I can't trust your eyes. You're gonna open them when you. I mean, you're already pretty bad evil, but you're gonna reveal your evil when you open your eyes again, aren't you? Yeah. I don't trust this. I do not have a good. I'm not on good terms with Kasumi. Nope. Already I'm not.
逃がしたわね。
逃げられたと言ってもらいたいですな。これでも随分足止めはしたんです。さすがに蹴取られましてね。スマデラさんが時間通りに来てくれれば問題はなかったのですが。
They're beefing.
これだから地方人はルーズで困るんです。
今なんとこの私になんと
She called you provincial. You couldn't sense any of Kiria's sociability in the face of her younger sister Kasumi. She wore on her face the arrogance of the ancient Sumadera family towards the ruined Ushiromiya family, as well as pride, because she didn't want anyone to notice that her family was declining so much that they couldn't ignore the Ushiromiya family's wealth. Even at a glance, it was easy to understand why Angie hated everything about her aunt. I mean, come on. She does not have great aunts. I mean, so far, it's 0-2 when it comes to Angie aunts. Other than Rosa's a goat, Rosa would be a fantastic aunt for her, I'm sure, but she died. I mean, Natsu would have been a great aunt-in-law. So I'm sorry. It's tough. It's tough out here being an Angie. Being Angie. An Angie fan out here. Oh. Kasumi couldn't stand even a slight insult, and while she still smiled, her eyebrows twitched. At that time, one of the men in black suits behind Kasumi whispered to her.
Angie-様を発見しました。対応中です。
あら、間に合ってよかった。ありがとうね、お好み。ようやくやんちゃなメイを連れて帰れそうだわ。私、あの子と一緒にゆっくりとお茶室で語らいたくて、お道具まで準備して待ってたんだから。
Clank, 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 clank. As the violence of the sound drew a helix, it rushed up at me from below, threatening to swallow me up. Of course, even if I fight them, I stand no chance of winning. Even so, if I run into the building, it'll be like jumping into a dead end of my own accord. Are you gonna jump off the building once again, just like you did last time? The enemies will increase in number with time. If I can't do anything here, I won't have any more chances to escape. Then, 3 muscular black suits came to view below me. 1, 2, 3. 3 people. In other words, everyone who had gotten out of the car. If there had been just one of them, I might have been able to wait for the moment of arrival to dropkick him as hard as I could, which might have worked out. But it really is impossible with 3 of them. Wait, Angie, you have the martial arts skills to dropkick someone? A whole security guard. Okay, Angie, I didn't know you got it like that. Okay, so she's not just smart, she's also a fighter. She can fight. But yeah, 3 of them is tough. That's tough. But since all 3 of them are after you, the car is free. If you can drive, she can drive as well. I mean, she's 18. I mean, when I was 18, I could drive. So, let's go. Come on, Angie. You can use the car. Wait, 3, huh? The car is open. It's free. 3 might just be just about doable. Oh, never mind. She's gonna pull some martial arts stunts. I thought she was gonna run off to the car and drive off. I can do it. You can? No way. No way, and you got it like that?
Zero 1より12確保したか。応答されたし。どうした。応答しろ。なんてやつだ。
Ooh, like the guild. Ooh, okay, I like this. Yo, episode 4, they're introducing jazz music, and I'm here for it. What kind of person damn it? So I'm guessing she jumped off, right? Because yeah, I mean, there's no way she just attacked them. I mean, but she still got it like that, though. Ouch. Look, see, that worked out, didn't it? It's just 3. What did she do then? I've already experienced much higher places after all. Anya could jump down just 3 floors, so she did jump off like I thought she would have. Wow, just 3 floors. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's a high jump, but okay. Okay, Angie, it's a good thing that the car they came in was right beneath me. That's what I mean. Get the car, drive off. Even if it wasn't as pleasant as a trampoline, it broke my fall a little gently, a little roughly. I'm sure the idiots left the key to the car in the car, right? You can drive off. No one has get to go and dent that badly. Having broken my fall, the roof of the car now had a massive dent around my body. Well, makes sense. I guess car roofs are more delicate than I thought. Well, you jumped from 3 floors, okay? Like, yes, that's gonna cause a dent. I don't think it's because of my weight. No, no, don't insult yourself like that. Apparently, the 3 men on the stairs hadn't anticipated me jumping down. Having realized that they had been outwitted, they were hurriedly rushing back down. I have to run and escape while I have the chance. As I moved my body, the car roof made buckling and popping sounds. But I'd been naive. There was no way they'd have all rushed up the stairs without leaving one person behind. Yeah, fair enough. So there is one person still in the car. There was one black suit left in the driver's seat of the car that had broken my fall. He stuck his head out of the window, and when he realized that the thing that had fallen on him was me, he jumped out. Uh-oh. Angie, but it's one guy. You said yourself you can handle one guy. You can drop kick one guy. In a rush, I jumped off the roof, but his reaction was really fast. Either there was a massive reward for capturing me, or a harsh punishment for letting me get away.
15確保確保
Hanashite! I was mercilessly held down against the asphalt. I was being crushed face down, covered and pressed down on from above. It was a hold without a trace of elegance, but it really was logical and left me absolutely no room for resistance. Uh-oh. I tried to push back with both hands, searching for a way to resist, but I was being pushed down solidly, and I couldn't even tear myself off the asphalt. Then another car came, squealing its tires as it slid to a sudden stop. Uh-oh. They're upping in numbers! Guess it's all over. Or maybe it's a car to help you. Maybe? Oh! They're here to help you out? Yeah! The man that had been crushing me let out a sharp cry. He had yelled close to my left ear, making it ring. What in the world? The black suit and I were unceremoniously rolled over. This jazz music is crazy. Someone's here to save Angie, or maybe it's just another competitor that wants the well for themselves, so they're here to save Angie for that reason. After being turned face up, the first thing I saw was an arm stuck out right in front of my eyes. Okay. Amakusa? Who's that? Why are you here? Amakusa. What? A new guy. Oh! Ooh! Yo, look at this guy! Is he like a priest or something? Okay, he's got a cross on him, okay. Suit. That hairstyle! And the hat! Okay! This guy's smooth with it. Okay, he's smooth. Okay, Amakusa. Okay. I can't wait to read his character file. Okay. What's your relationship with this guy? How do you know him? Is he another business guy? It seems younger than Okonogi though. He seems like a younger guy. Alright, He doesn't look like he's any more than 30 years old, so... Amakusa Juza. Alright, let's talk about who we've lost. Quickly, Missy, okay! Amakusa grabbed my arm and easily pulled me up, spinning me around with himself at the center of gravity. The thought of that it was a little like a dance lasted only the few brief moments before he flung me through the open door into the driver's seat. I climbed over the handbrake and slid into the passenger seat. Pushing me through, Amakusa also got in and took up the driver's seat. Since we had suddenly taken off while I was still on all fours, I had to kick and struggle around on the seat for a while, like a turtle flipped onto its back. Oh! Okay, I see. Amakusa checked the rear view mirror for cars in pursuit, but flew into the artery of the big city without lowering his speed in the slightest. Okay, Amakusa. We suit our way between cars one after another. Just like a chase scene in some action movie. Tossed about by his horrible driving, I had trouble getting myself reseated. Hey, you need to get away, alright? And Angel's Missy. He's calling her Missy! Well, yo, what's this guy saying? Yo, what's his relationship with her? He's calling her Missy and everything. All good. I would not recommend that. Humans are not as surprisingly durable as you might think, Angie. You've had a couple lucky experiences. Call it magic if you want. Don't do that again. Alright, you had to do that there, but don't do it again. He's calling her, I like how he's calling her Missy. What's that about? Then she would have gotten caught for sure though. I mean, by the time she actually got down, they would have caught up to her. Right. Cool. He smacked the steering wheel, guffawing. Need an explanation for this flippantly spoken man? Yes, I do actually. He seems interesting. His name is Amakusa Juza. He was originally one of Aunt Eva's guards. If I remember correctly, she hated him for being too jokey and too chatty. Hey, I like him for that though. I can handle some jokey and chatty. This visual novel needs that. He was especially young amongst the guards, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. He looks younger than the rest. But contrary to his outward flippancy, he had hopped from the first airborne of the GSDF to the French Foreign Legion. I don't know what either of those means, but let's just keep reading. Placing himself in overseas private military companies and high-class security companies one after another, making for a pretty incredible and unique career. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Private military companies is nuts. But I heard that he ran off from both the GSDF and the French Foreign Legion, and that he'll be arrested if he enters France again. Both of these flippant episodes were very typical of him. Ah, so just don't enter France again. Too bad you don't ever get to visit the Eiffel Tower anymore. That's just fine. Apparently, the guards had been sternly told not to chat with me unnecessarily. But I recall that didn't stop him from coming to take a pass at me. Okay. Aunt Eva had particularly disliked that, and I believe she dismissed him right before she died. Right, okay. So now he's here to save you though. He's also got some bandana thing going on, or is that part of the hat? I'm not too sure. What have you been up to since getting fired? Let's read up on Amakusa using the character file now, on the Angie side. Hamakusa Juza, a former guard of Evas, an extreme. Ooh, oh, look at his pants. You don't get to see the full design until you see the pants and the boots. Okay, ripped pants. Okay, this guy clearly has a sense of self that matches his personality. Okay. A former guard of Evas, an extreme thrill seeker who accepts dangerous jobs for little pay. He had served as Angie's bodyguard before, but after he broke Eva's strict order not to talk to Angie countless times, Eva ultimately took a dislike to him and let him go. Angie herself didn't find him all that bad, because he was someone she could talk to. JSDF, Foreign Legion, private military companies. Ah, okay, so they're explaining us what these companies are. Okay, private military companies. This man has traveled them all, and has skilled in counter-sniping and escorting VIPs. Okay, that's perfect then. Escorting VIPs, that's perfect for what's happening right now with Angie.
また脱走？こんな男、何の役に立つのかしら。来週までに帰りゃ脱走にはなりませんので。話があったのは昨日です。お嬢が厄介な連中を呼び込むかもしれないと言われまして。まさにその通りで申し訳ないわね。お嬢と面識があってドタバタの経験も豊富ってことでご指名が来たんでしょうぜ。お嬢のおかげでハッピーな休暇と小遣い稼ぎになりそうです。
Many probably came up since I know you, and I've got plenty of experience when things get crazy. Oh, your name came up in his discussion with him, with Okonogi. Okay. Thanks to you, it looks like this will make her happy break along with some pocket money. Let's go. Okay. Good money.
小野さんがあんたを私の護衛に雇ったってこと？お嬢に恩を売りたいんでしょうぜ。首の後、お好みの社長にはいろいろと世話になってましてね。いろいろと弱みを握られてんで逆らえんのですわ。
Okay.
お好みさんの世話になると後々で高くつきそうね。で、あんたは私をどこに連れて行くつもりなの？To
be fair, Okonogi did say that letting her escape now earlier when he was talking to her. He did say that, oh, it's fine, I'll let you go off now, but let's just say that this is a token as for you to repay me in the future, because you're gonna be something big one day, Angie. So Okonogi did say that. Seems like Okonogi has a thing for that sort of thing. And also, being on good terms with Angie is a good idea. I mean, she's rich. Are you planning on taking me?
どちらへでも週末までは雇われます。それ以降は別料金。1日いくら？5万で手を打ちます。
50k? How much is that? Wait, isn't that $500 for a day for being her bodyguard? Okay, that's not that bad. It sounded like a lot when it thought 50k yen. But then you make it into dollars. That's not that bad for a whole bodyguard like this, right? That sounds $500 a day. Yeah, Angie has more than enough for that kind of money. She's fine. That's expensive. That's fine.
軽口を叩かないなら倍払うわ。雇用期間は未定。何週間かになるかも。そりゃ大変だ。ボスに休暇の延長を電話しようとなりませんぜ。私、どうしてもあの日のことが調べたいの。ああ、例の六軒島の。そうよ。12年前にあの島で何があったのか、私の手で納得がいくように調べたいの。そんな昔のことを今さら調べて、今さら新しい発見がありますかね。そうね。だからこれは私の自己満足のための旅なの。それを終えたらネギでも背負ってスマデラの家に行くわ。蓮見おばさん、私にお抹茶をご馳走したいとか言ってたっけ？
Other tea, okay, matcha.
白材の上に正座させられて石でも抱かされながらのお茶かしら。そ そりゃおっかねえや。
Okay. Fair enough.
申し訳ございません。見失いました。仲間と思われる男が一人、脱出を援護。スタンガン所持、運転技術その他から見て、素人ではありません。
そう。ありがとう。
Over. It's the drum soundtrack again. Dude, things is getting tense.
残念よ、おこのぎ。これがあなたのお返事だということでよろしいかしら。
逃がしたのはあんたのヘマだ。俺の知ったこっちゃないね。
あなたにもぜひ今度お抹茶をご馳走したいわね。京都においでの際にはぜひお立ち寄りなさいな。行くわよ。
あれ、もう帰っちまうのかい？お茶漬けでも食ってけばいいのに。
You could have some chazuke before you go. Alright, let's read up on chazuke in the tips file. Grimoire. Chazuke, known as bubuzuke in Kyoto, where Sumidera Kasumi is from, is green tea poured over rice with savory toppings. This is I believe Jinbei's favorite Wano food in One Piece. I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure. There was an SPS, which is a question corner thing that the author of One Piece, you know, he gets questions and then he answers them, right? So he gets SPSs in the One Piece volumes. And for the newest volume that came out very recently in Japan, at least, it hasn't, obviously English translated version is not out yet. But the one that came out very recently in Japan, close with the release of the new movie, the new film Red, he revealed the Straw Hat's favorite Wano food, and Luffy's was Oden. Wano is, by the way, Wano is a country in One Piece that is very much inspired from Japan. So yeah, Luffy's favorite food is Oden, and I believe Jinbei's favorite food was tea, green tea poured over rice. Green tea is kind of like the broth of it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know much about it, so read more information about it here. It's really interesting that this is Jinbei's favorite food. Jinbei, by the way, is one of the Straw Hat members, one of Luffy's crew members. So this is said to be his favorite food from Wano. I know I'm relating everything to One Piece, but this actually fits for once. Okay, for usual. Come on, give this to me. Alright. It is said that in Kyoto, offering chazuke to a guest is often not meant sincerely, but is merely a way of indicating in a roundabout fashion that it is time for the guest to leave, and the guest is expected to know when to refuse. Okay. Effectively, in this scene, Tetsuro brazenly steals a phrase from Kasumi's own cultural roots to tell her not to let the door hit her on the way out. Okay. I did not know that that's how it goes in Kyoto. I don't know if this has anything to do with, you know, in One Piece terms, why this would be Jinbei's favorite food, if this is the meaning it has in Kyoto. Probably has nothing to do with this meaning, he probably just likes the food. But okay. Known as Bubuzuki in Kyoto. Okay. Oh! Hey, wait. That's a lot of holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. Okay, she has not beat, obviously, she has not beat Beato. Beato, I believe, is on 5, right? That's her record. Virgil is on 11. She's wild. Okay, she's crazy. I don't know if anyone is ever gonna beat her. But Kasumi, 4.5. I'll just cut it down to 4, because you know this doesn't really count. Now you need to finish it with the H. So 4.5, 4-ish. So okay, Kasumi, she's got it like that. Okay, she can also pull off the hose. Cross is still the originator, even though his record is still 2. Cross's record is 2, but he's the originator of the hose. Her back to Okonogi, she laughed at first lightly, but with an increasingly shrill and hateful tone, using that as a substitute for a sharp parting remark. Okay. At the exact moment she stopped laughing, the look on her face changed dramatically to that of a demon. Hanya. Okay. But because her back was facing him, Okunogi never saw that expression. Right. I can see that sort of scene in my head happening. Okunogi watched her go, laughing coolly. His secretary whispered over his shoulder.
よろしいのですか。エンジェお嬢様は我が社の筆頭株主です。スマデラ家が後見人になれば。
Our company's primary stockholder.
知ってるだがな、うちも天下の後ろ宮だ。舐められてたまるかってんだ。しかしあいつうまく立ち回ってくれたようだな。あとはエンジェちゃんの好きにさせるさ。頼むぜ天草。
I'm counting on Yamakusa, okay.
霞様、逃走車両はレンタル。提示した免許証は偽装とのこと。明らかにプロです。おそらく車両は放棄するでしょう。追跡は困難です。警察に追わせますか。
Should we have the police chase them? Okay, so they have that sort of power. They can have police chasing people now. Alright, okay.
そうね。家出娘の捜索願いでも出そうかしら。税金を納めてるんだもの。警察にもたまには役に立ってもらわなきゃ。
Again with the hose. 1, 2, 3, 3.5 is something. Not as impressive, not as impressive. But again, she's pulling them off.
母上に私にお任せをと単価を切ってお屋敷を出てきたんですよ。あなた、私にさらに恥をかかせるおつもり
See, here's what I'm wondering. Here's what I'm thinking right now. Kasumi saying that she left the mansion insisting to mother that she should leave it to me, right? I think that embarrassed me further still. So, the thing that I'm wondering about here is that Kasumi and Kiri, they're sisters, right? Kasumi is the younger sister. So, mother will also be Kiri's mother. And we know that Angie had a good relationship with grandpa on her mother's side, right? So this grandpa would have to be Kasumi's mother's husband, right? It has to be mother's husband, right? So is mother also, you know, unlike the grandfather, is mother or the grandmother a piece of crap just like Kasumi? So are the grandmother and grandfather on good terms then? Because Kasumi's saying leave it to me to her mother. But we know Angie liked her grandpa. And her grandpa, we know her grandpa and Kirie were both hated on by the Sumadera family. The Sumadera family are not big fans of them, right? And in turn they also dislike the Sumadera family's way of doing things. Even though So is the grandmother not a part of that? And I guess Kasumi is also not a part of that? Okay, we'll keep going for now.
あんたらまとめてお抹茶を振る舞った方が良さそうね。地下のお茶室は狭いから順番待ちの行列になっちゃうかしら。
全力で捜索します。
ああ、本当に可愛い子ね。姉さんに本当にそっくり。自分勝手で自由奔放なあたりが本当にそっくり。ああ、もう姉さんにしか見えなくなってきたわ。
Kinda weird. Don't do that. She's her daughter, not herself.
本当に楽しみよ。姉さんの娘をお茶室にお招きできるなんてね。
No, you won't. Oh! Not still 4.5 though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not that great. You can improve on that, Kasumi, can't you? Or are you just not that good? I don't think you'll ever get to Beato or Brigade's level, unfortunately. Amakusa again? Hell yeah.
スマデラ家、動きが早かったわね。私、おこのぎさんに売られた？
ご冗談を。俺のクライアントですぜ。お嬢を売ったなら俺を雇ったりはしませんぜ。
それもそうね。
ああ、だから3階でエレベーターを降りたんですか。
地下駐車場に車が待ってるなんて手際が妙に良すぎたから。おこのぎさんに売られたかもしれないって思って。駐車場に待ち伏せがいたかどうかは今となっては証明不能だけどね。
This one's supposed to prove whether there was an ambush set up in the parking lot. Okay.
なるほどね。社長め、気の毒に。お嬢に信用されてないらしい。その地下の車って俺のことです。
The crime in the basement was mine. Oh, okay.
え？天草のことだったの？
着いたエレベーターが空だったんで焦りましたぜ。連中の無線を盗聴できてなきゃ今頃どうなってたやら。
つまり何？私が素直におこのぎさんを信じて駐車場に行ってれば
You wouldn't have needed to risk serious injury by jumping off the third floor. Yes.
私は3階から飛び降りるなんて真似する必要もなかったってこと？
That's what it seems like. But at the same time, I'm glad you're skeptical.
そうなりますな。ま、結果オーライですがね。
Well, that's something. If I hadn't suspected President Okonogi, I could have easily escaped without getting caught in a tough spot. Which I guess at the same time shows that maybe being skeptical of everybody and everything you know, for every single thing they say, that might not always be a good idea. Sometimes putting faith and trust in others, you know, could just make things more convenient. Sometimes you're just troubling yourself more by suspecting everybody. I don't know. Just maybe that could be a counter to what Angel's saying about not, you know, obviously think for yourself, but that's not the same. But that doesn't mean you can't trust someone else. You can think for yourself, but also trusting someone else. You know, you can balance it out. President Okonogi might have sold me out. No, because paranoia told me that it was better to suppose that he sold me out. I assumed and decided that he did. Oh, this again. This about, you know, the truth in your heart. But I need to find out the real truth. The real truth is that he didn't sell you out, is that he had hired this guy to help you escape. But you made your own truth in your heart that he's trying to sell you out. That he's trying to, you know, that he's not on your side. Because I wasn't able to believe him, my truth, regardless of his truth, became he sold me out. That became your truth, regardless of not just his truth, but the real truth became he sold me out. So what then? What does that have to do with love and to see? Well, if she had loved him, or if she would have been able to believe him and trust in him, and to be able to see that, hey, he's not selling me out. Is that what you're saying? I don't get it. Without love, the truth cannot be seen. I don't get it. I still don't really get that phrase. I thought back on President Okonogi's words. Can you really call truth if it isn't absolute? Truth can change completely depending on whether you have love or not. But what does that mean? What does that mean whether you have love or not? What type of love? Is it any love? But how do you define love in this case? In the end, perhaps this thing called truth doesn't exist. For each person who speaks of it, another truth is born from their interpretations. That's all there is to it. If I can't accept something that indeterminate as truth, then where does the truth that I really want to find exist? And is that something that can be seen with the eyes? Remember when Shannon was looking at the ocean, and she saw the blue ocean, and then Kanon said that he didn't see it and he wished to see it. Remember when Angie is talking with the book, with Mari in the book, and Maria tried telling her that even if you close the book, if you can try hard enough, you can see Maria, you can see me, you can see Sakutaro. If Kanon tried hard enough, even he will be able to see the blue ocean one day. It is a running theme. It is a running theme. I might be surprised to discover that even if the truth is thrust in front of me, it may be something that I cannot see. Maybe you need to look outside the game board then, Angie. Remember? That's what the episode 4 description told us as well. You look outside the game board. Instead of running like a hamster in a wheel, you have to go outside of it and see from another dimension. That's the only way we can see the real truth. You have to be objective about it. Maybe you have to take different sides of things and see the objective truth. Without love, the truth cannot be seen. Okay, I don't know. Without love, it cannot be seen. I know, right? A lot of action is happening.
あなたは言ったわ。12年前の真実を探れと私に命じた。でも、なんだかわからなくなってしまった。何が？真実って何？人の数だけ真実がある。人の数だけ解釈がある。そしてそれは主観によって歪められ、いくらでも姿を変える。真実ってものはそんなにも不定形であやふやなものなの？
Cause here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing, right? I'm telling you guys right now, I just raised my hand. And I'm saying that's truth. I'm saying that's the truth. I just raised my hand as high as I could up. Up in the sky. Up all the way. I mean, not up in the sky, but up in the air. Alright? And I'm telling you guys that's truth. And that is my truth. Because for me it happened. It's the truth. But then it's up to you guys to interpret whether I'm lying or not. Whether I actually did put my hand in the air or not. You guys can't see me, so you guys can prove it. Also, I can't prove that I just put my hand up in the air. So you guys have to believe me. Right? You guys will have to believe me. I didn't record myself in real life putting my hand up in the air. And unless some technologies exist in the future where you can check real-time things happening, I can never ever prove that at that exact moment I put my hand up in the air. I can't. I cannot do that. There's no way. You guys will just have to believe. There's no way. I know I did. I mean, unless I'm hallucinating, I know I did. I'm telling you guys that I did. You guys may not believe me. So what is the real truth? But the thing is, there is a real truth. There is. At that exact time when I told you guys that I lifted my hand in the air, there is a truth. It's between two things. I lifted my hand in the air, or I didn't. One of those things is true. You're saying it's vague. It isn't vague. I either lifted my hand in the air, or I didn't. I didn't just... Even if I half lifted my hand in the air, that's still not lifting my hand up in the air. Like, it has to be full on. And I'm telling you guys that I full on lifted my hand in the air. So the truth clearly exists. Is it really so vague? But you guys can't see it. Does that mean that sometimes the truth comes from believing in people, in what other people say? But how can you believe what someone else is saying as definite truth? Is it through love? Is it like how George loves Shannon? That sort of love? If you guys love the person enough, you'll be able to perceive what they're saying as truth? I don't know. I mean, if I go here, okay, I'll tell you guys this. If I tell you guys, I guarantee you guys, if I tell you guys, I lifted my hand up in the air when I talked about it back then, I feel like you guys would believe me. I think you guys would take that as a truth. Let's say I told every human on Earth that I just, at this exact time, I lifted my hand up in the air. I think most people will believe in me. Because they have no reason to not believe in me. There's nothing, it doesn't affect them in any way to not believe in me. Why would they suspect me lifting the hand up in the air? It does not affect their daily lives, it does not affect their families, it does not affect whatever in any way. It is not a, all it's affected is air particles and the gas in the air and atoms. That's all it's affected. It's affected my body. I've exerted some energy by lifting my hand in the air. Very minuscule energy to do that. So, no one has any reason to not believe me. Right? But then if I told you guys this. I saw a ghost in the corner of my eyes. If I told every human in the world that, they would all, almost, okay, other than the ones that believe in ghosts truly, a lot of them, I know most people in the world would be like, no you didn't. I know you guys, a lot of you guys might be like, no you didn't. You won't believe me, would ya? Alright? I'm not telling you guys what the truth is. But there is a truth there though. Right? There is a truth. I saw the ghost or I didn't. So how are you guys supposed to believe me? Is it love? I don't know. What does it mean if without love it cannot be seen? Right? And then there'll be infinite interpretations. Did Amin really see it? I mean, can you trust something as it's an anecdotal evidence? Can you trust that? There's no recording of it. And if there was recording of it, it could be, you know, photoshopped. You see how far these lengths, the lengths people go to disprove that ghosts don't exist. There's no way they exist. Amin doesn't have any proof that they exist. And why is it that people have such firm beliefs on ghosts? Because it actually affects their lives. It'll actually affect things, right? That people already have their own opinions on ghosts beforehand, whether strong or not. People who believe in ghosts will be more inclined to be like, their truth will be like, yeah, Amin saw a ghost, totally. Even if I am lying, whether I'm lying or not, that's for you guys to decide. And then another person will be like, no, their ghosts don't exist. Amin saw no ghost. But both of those people will be like, yeah, Amin raised his hand. Yeah, Amin, why would he lie about that? He'd lie about ghosts for, I don't know, it's a publicity stunt, like Okonogi mentioned. It's a publicity stunt. He's trying to get popular. He's trying to get, whatever it is, right? Anything to conform their beliefs that ghosts don't exist or that ghosts do exist, right? There's actually a whole theory about. There's actually a whole word about it. I forgot. Confirmation. I think it's called confirmation bias. Yeah, confirmation bias, right? Where if you have certain beliefs or something, you're gonna search for everything that goes with that belief, if that makes sense. Like for example, if you don't believe climate change is a thing, you're gonna search for articles by quote-unquote articles by quote-unquote scientists, whatever it is you believe in, that disprove climate change. And you're gonna take that as evidence and as truth. So then, what is this? Is it all confirmation bias? Is this entire visual novel about confirmation bias? Then what does it have to do with love? Why is love involved? Why do you need love to see the real truth? Do we need to go to another dimension to be able to see whether ghosts exist or not? And then there's, of course, the biggest question of it all. Does it really matter? Does it really matter if I saw a ghost or not? I mean, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys will continue on living, and whether I saw a ghost or not, that won't heavily impact your life other than you remembering the fact that once I said that I saw a ghost. Even less so if I raise my hand, right? Because nobody has strong opinions about other people raising their hands, because it doesn't do anything. So clearly, something's going on there. But it doesn't really matter. Does it matter? Does it matter Do we need to believe others? Do we need to not believe others? I don't know. I don't know. Does this visual novel have its own answers to that? Is the truth really that vague? The examples I showed of the truth was just a 50-50. But truth can obviously be at 20-20-20-20. It can be, you know, it can be different explanations for the real truth. So what happened in Rokkenjima? My truth against Beato is out of spite for Beato. That hey, that the murders were caused by humans. That is my truth because I hate Beato and I want to win against her. But like I've mentioned before, even in episode 3, alright, let's say I win against Beato. How can we explain the motivations that people had, you know, in the human race that I argued for? How can I explain the motivations? Why would any of the servants kill people? Why would Eva kill her family members? I mean, you saw her kill Battler, so clearly there's that. And even if Eva has some reasons for it, for killing Battler, right? So that he doesn't inherit the money. You know what I mean? You know, maybe she was envious that Battler survived and George died. She saw that George died and got envious and she wanted to kill Battler in the end. Am I supposed to trust what I've seen in this visual novel? Because I've seen things in this visual novel, but I'm supposed to trust it. I mean, I'm seeing... This visual novel is showing me Burnt Castle right here. Am I supposed to believe in her? Right? I'm supposed to be denying witches, but they're also showing me Burnt Castle. I can see her. I can see she's drawn. I can also see Angie right here. But this visual novel also showed me that Eva shot Battler. Am I supposed to believe that? This visual novel also showed me that Rudolph in episode 1 said that he was going to die the night before he died. He knew that he was going to die. So he said his goodbyes to his wife and son. Am I supposed to believe what this visual novel shows me? Has this visual novel ever showed me something that didn't actually happen? Does that make sense? Has this visual novel ever showed me something that hasn't actually happened, if that makes sense? What if it didn't actually happen? What if some of the things this visual novel showed me didn't actually happen, but the visual novel is trying to trick me into thinking that it actually happened? Or am I supposed to take everything that's shown to me in this visual novel at face value, like, yeah, that happened? Without love, it cannot be seen. That's what Burns says here.
そう、真実は不定期、粒子のようであり、波のようでもあり、相反する形状を同時に持つ。箱の中の猫が生きていると思うが死んでいると思うが自由。
Yeah, Schrodinger's box is a good example. Yeah.
でも、
Schrodinger's cat, sorry.
真実はとても繊細。それは観測されただけで姿を変えてしまう。
Just by being observed. So we have to look at it from the outside then. But.
シュレディンガーの猫箱とかいう話？
Yeah, Schrodinger's cat box, yeah.
寝言よ。
Nonsense, you say?
箱を開ければ真実はわかる。
Yes. But that truth can be. If you open the box, you know the truth. But the truth can be anything before you open the box.
開ける前の議論なんて机上の空論もいいところ。そうね。にもかかわらず、その空論を否定するには箱を開ける必要がある。
That's true.
開けられない箱の中身についてのあらゆる想像は否定不能。
Exactly! That's exactly what I meant when I was talking about my example earlier. I raised my hand and told you guys that I raised my hand. But the problem is, you guys can't open the box. There is no option for you guys to open the box and see that I raised my hand because I'm not recording myself. And if I was recording myself, It could just, I could have just photoshopped it or whatever, right? But you guys have no reason to not believe that I did it. You know what I mean? So, you guys can't open the box. It's impossible for you guys to open the box. It's impossible. Unless you guys can travel through space-time or something. Travel back in time to arrive at this exact spot where I told you guys that I opened where I raised my hand. You guys cannot say for certain that I definitely raised my hand. Right? What if the box can't be opened? Then you'll never know the truth. Can the Rokkenjima murders, can that box be opened? That's the question we're all thinking of here. I mean, I'm sure, can the witches go above and beyond opening a box that cannot be opened? The red truth. The red truth. That's how witches can open a box that cannot be opened. Right? If a witch, if Bernkastel was said right now said in red, Amen raised his hand when he said that he raised his hand, then yeah, we believe it. Yeah, let's go. Amen did it. But in a way, isn't believing in the red truth the same thing as, in a way, believing in witches? Because if you believe the red truth as truth, then in a way, it's a witch that told you that. That means that you have to trust what the witch is saying to a certain extent, no? If you don't believe in witches, don't you, in an indirect sort of way, also should not be believing in the red truth's existence? Witches can open boxes that cannot be opened using the red truths. That's how we're able to theorize about what happened in the island murders. That's how she was able to beat Eva Trice. How Beato was able to do that. You're telling me that Nanjo's murder was a box that couldn't be opened? And it was only but no, because it's still, if it was still able to be explained in human ways, that means that there is a theory behind it. Just because you can't open the box, that doesn't mean that you can't hear us about what happened in the box. The fact that Beato opened the box isn't the right truth just means that there was a truth inside that Battler could not theorize about, and that the truth inside, you know that the truth inside was in a human way. So that just means that Battler could not theorize from the outside before opening the box that cannot be opened about what the truth inside could be. That just means Battler, and in turn me in a way as well, couldn't theorize about what the truth was inside the box that cannot be opened. And any and all ideas about its contents are impossible to disprove, in other words, truth. Any and all ideas about truth are impossible to disprove until the box is opened. But what if the box cannot be opened?
真実は否定されない限りその形状を維持する。
As long as truth can't be denied, it keeps its form.
そう。真実は観測されない限りその形状を維持する。
つまり暴けなきゃどんな妄言も真実たり得るわけね。
Any reckless statement suffice as truth if it can't be exposed as a lie. Yeah? I mean, I can tell you guys that a gravity particle exists. And that's how we're, that's how gravity works. Right? And even if it's a reckless statement, you guys, if it suffices as truth, you guys can't expose that as a lie either.
ええ、無限の創造はそれらが互いに矛盾していたとしても否定されず同時に真実として存在できる。
家族みんなが六軒島の魔女に囚われて永遠に12年前に閉じ込められているというめちゃくちゃな話すら 12年前に何があったかわからない限り真実として存在できる。
The problem is we have a survivor. We had a survivor, Eva. And I'm not convinced Eva revealed everything that she knew before her death. Hmm.
ベアトリーチェという魔女は12年前の六軒島に無限の想像の余地をこじ開き、そこを猫箱として全てを飲み込み、開かれぬ箱の中の全ては真実。
That's right. We don't know what happened on that island, so it becomes endless. But witches surpass the endless, that's why they're endless witch. Witches.
閉まったままならね。
Beatrice.
私がこじ開ければいいだけの話。
How? How do you do that? Isn't it an unopenable box?
でもその箱は12年前に閉じられ、どこにあるのかもわからない。仮に六軒島に訪れたとしても、私は荒れ果てた島で12年前の何を知ることができるというの？さあ、何を知ることができるのかしら。いずれにせよそれは1998年という12年後の未来を自由に闊歩できる最後の魔女エンジェ・ベアトリーチェにしかできないことよ。
The final witch.
ベアトリーチェのゲーム版は1986年10月4日から5日の2日間。つまりそれはあなたが彼女のゲーム版の外へ自在に動ける駒だということ。そしてベアトリーチェですらこのゲーム版を超えた未来へは干渉できない。そうやって言われると私ってかなり優秀でずるい駒だわ。
You're not, because while yes you can do what you want before and after, you can't do anything about the actual game board. You cannot enter the game board. You're not a piece in the game board. You're just outside of it. Outside the game board. Outside the game board. You're not like the hamster in the wheel. You can take a different position, Angie. But you cannot affect the events in any way. Remember when you were trying to stop battery from glowing? You can't do that.
あなたが身を置く12年後という未来は確かに遠いわ。しかし駒は未来に位置すれば位置するほど強い力を持つわ。
Interesting.
言ったでしょ。真実は観測されると姿を変える。
Okay.
そういえばこんな話を聞いたことがあるわ。ある日突然ケンタウルス座の恒星が爆発してしまっても、その爆発の光が地球に届くには 4.4 光年だから4年半の月日が必要になる。
Yeah.
そうね。つまりケンタウルスの太陽がすでになくなっているとしても、地球人は4年半の間その事実を知覚できない。
Correct. And since light is the fastest thing we know of, as far as we know, we can't know about the sun in Centaurus dying any quicker than that.
光より早く知覚する手段は存在しないのだから。
As far as we're aware. As far as we're aware. As far as we're aware, we don't know anything that is faster than the speed of light. At the time we learned that the sun in Centaurus exploded. We Earth people will plant over our past 4.5 years of history with a new truth. We'll paint over. Oh, I see what you mean. But how does that work with the Rokkenjima murders? You're telling me that eventually, after enough years, we'll finally be able to get the truth of the Rokkenjima murders? We will revise history with the fact that it exploded 4.5 years ago. Yes! But then, during those 4.5 years, we'll think that the sun is still... We'll paint it over with the saying that, yeah, the sun is still going strong. I mean, see? The light is still coming. You know, we still get light from it, so it's still going. And we'll be saying that for 4.5 years. But even though the truth is that it's already gone. But how are we going with this metaphor, though? However, for the 4.5-year period until we learn that, despite the fact that it has already died, the mistaken truth that the Son of Centaur still exists will be able to exist as truth. The truth of the future wins out over the truth of the past.
そうよ。もともと六軒島の事故はただエヴァおばさんと後宮家の財産をめぐる陰謀疑惑でしかなかった。しかしそれが後年オカルトによって脚色され、陰謀は魔女伝説として塗り替えられる。
Even though it was clamored over as a murder plot at the time of the incident, in later years strange occult theories which claimed that it had been the work of a witch ran rampant and began to paint over the truth of October 5th, 1986. The murder theory will probably be forgotten over time, and only the more bizarre, impressive witch theory will continue to remain as a superstition, and eventually paint over the murder theory entirely. Are you sure about that? I disagree. I disagree. Well, maybe, okay, you're saying in time, then maybe. Maybe. Because that's how, okay, then yeah, sure. Sure. Maybe in a couple, in several centuries, maybe even millennia, people will go like, once upon a time on an island, a group of family was apparently killed by a witch, something like that, right? But right off the bat, it was just a murder thing, so.
そう。恒星爆発の光が地球に届くまでの間の虚偽の真実が陰謀説という人間説だったかのよう。
Wait, but that implies that the witch theory is the truth, doesn't it? And I'm not sure about that one.
数年後に漂着した手紙入りのワインボトル、メッセージボトルがそれをオカルト説という魔女説に遡って塗り替え始めた。
Right, that's Maria's letter. Oh, so they still managed to find that in this timeline as well. The Maria letter thing. The message bottle began to paint over the occult.
そうよ。魔女なんて1986年の時点では存在しなかった。その数年後にメッセージボトルによって私たち未来の人間に観測されたから魔女が六軒島を支配した。
You're saying that that message bottle works the same way as the light?
少し修正が必要よ。1986年の時点でも魔女は存在できたわ。
Yes, but it didn't exist as the truth that people perceived. It is the truth. Then the truth that people perceive may not be the real truth that the witch actually exists in 1986, but it was the truth until that bottle was found for the people's truth inside of them.
無限に存在できるあまたの可能性の中の一つとしてね。
確かに観測されたら消えてしまう。猫箱の中に縮こまってね。だからメッセージボトルは悪質なのよ。魔女は箱の外に出ようとした。自らを観測させて魔女説以外の可能性を淘汰した。つまり自らを否定できないように魔女説以外の全ての可能性を否定したということ。なんてこと。つまりベアトリーチェは悪魔の証明を正攻法で成し遂げたのよ。 そしてそれは初めから魔女の計画に組み込まれていた。
メッセージボトルは1986年より未来に観測される情報ね。
Isn't that kind of like Campbell's Raven? That was proof. You cannot prove that the witch was the one that did the murders. But if you get evidence that it was the witch that did it, then you've proven that she did do it.
ベアトリーチェにもバトラにも観測できない。エンジェ・ベアトリーチェにしか観測できない。
本当はメッセージボトルのことなんて調べたくなかった。だってそれを読むことは魔女の言い分を聞くのに同じ。
But sometimes you have to go. Sometimes you do have to read the other story to be able to understand the real truth. Isn't that it?
魔女説なんて妄言を無視している私には時間の無駄でしかないと思ってた。
But maybe it is important that you do read it.
でも、おこのぎさんに言われたわ。
You need to actually read the other side as well. There's different truths.
片方の目だけじゃ物事を立体的に見られないって。
魔女否定の視点と同時に魔女肯定の視点も必要ということ。
The problem is, if Battler does that, he automatically loses. And that's why Angie is necessary to win this fight against Beato. Because she has the ability to look at the viewpoint of accepting witches without Battler losing the battle. Is that what you mean? Is that also why Beato's so confident? Because she knows Battler can only view it from his perspective of denying witches. So that's why she's so confident he'll never win. Because he actually needs to look at it from the perspective of accepting me. So he loses. So Angie's like the biggest thorn in her path then. Because Angie really is Gretel.
それは正しい考え方よ。視点の数は分母に同じ。視点の数が1では分子である謎はわずかほども減らない。
Right, okay.
しかし視点の数が増えれば増えるほど謎は割り算されていく。
分かってるわ。事件の数年後、近隣の島に流れ着いたメッセージボトル。それは神塚の手に渡った。アポイントは一応取ってあるの。
I was able to hear Aunt Eva's side from Okonogi-san. Next would be the witch. So Eva's side, the witch side. Why not? I'll listen to what Beatrice has to say. That's the end of that chapter. That's the end of the video then as well. Oh, okay. It's 3 p.m. almost. Red Truth, Blue Truth. The first day, October 4th, 1986. Okay. Wait, we're going back to 1986 again. Oh! Red Truth, Blue Truth. What? So we're going back to the murders again. We're leaving Angie's story for now.
余命3ヶ月。南條先生がそうおっしゃったのは去年の話よ。
Alright, everybody. We'll leave it off there. Interesting enough, we're meeting Eva first things first here. That is... I wonder if that's on purpose or not. But okay. 3 months left to live. It was last time when he said that, Dr. Nanjo. Eva also said something similar in episode 1 about the 3 months left to live that Nanjo said. But we know it's not that Nanjo was lying. It was just that, I mean, who could expect someone to live as long as Kinzo? I mean, his willpower is crazy. Okay, this was a very thought-provoking part of Umineko when they cry. A lot of I've tried to do a lot of thinking this part about a lot of different things, and it has been a good part. I've enjoyed the discussion between well, I've enjoyed the introduction of Amakusa. He's cool, But of course, in the discussion between Burn and Angie, I think it's definitely going to. I'm definitely gonna keep it in mind for sure. Because similar to Angie, I technically, as a reader of the visual novel, I technically have the ability to accept witches, to try and find my own truth, to see the other story and find the truth. Battler doesn't have that option, even though I'm supposed to be Battler myself. But I technically have that option. And even though, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm denying witches out of spite because I hate Beato. But... And then there's the whole thing about seeing the truth with love. Seeing things with two eyes to gain a new dimension. You have to see the different perspectives. Yeah, we'll continue this on next time. Hopefully by then my ears will be better, a bit better at least. Hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this part as much as I enjoyed reading it. And alright, y'all. Peace.